going on YouTube? I'm Lamont at large. Today I'm in Middletown, Ohio. I'm here to talk about the March 10th, 1985 unsolved murder of Nancy Abrams and John Francis. 33-year-old Nancy Abrams, back in 1985, worked at a convenience store called King Quick here in Middletown. This is a pretty small town. We're maybe about 20 some odd minutes away north of Cincinnati, Ohio. Back then, King Quick was one of the very, very few stores that were open 24 hours. She worked a graveyard shift there. John Francis, 31 years of age, was a press operator here in town, and he also owned his own business. He had a secondhand gem business called John's Gems that was down the road, not too far from here. And on March 10th, 1985, a newspaper delivery woman was doing her normal route where she would deliver newspapers to gasoline stations, supermarkets, and what have you. And that business right in front of you, which is now a mortgage service company, used to be the site of the King Quick. And when the lady walked into the store, she had called out to Nancy because she was always used to seeing her. Nancy didn't respond. She starts looking around and she sees Nancy in a pool of blood in a room behind a counter, presumably where they keep cigarettes and what have you. She immediately ran out and called 911. When the police arrived, they discovered Nancy had been shot twice in the back of the head. She had already been dead for quite some time. Upon further inspection of the store, they also seen John Francis. He had been shot once in the back of the head. Presumably he was a customer just stopping in for the night, and that old saying that I don't believe in, people would say it all the time: wrong place, wrong time. Who knows? This is, of course, again, the site where that unsolved murder happened well over 35 years ago. This is a case that has baffled detectives for many, many years, going so far as to even exhuming Nancy's body to try to find any kind of evidence. Now, there was a witness who said that they seen a man with shoulder-length hair on a motorcycle outside of the convenience store, I believe around 4 a.m. Investigators also, you quickly find out, okay, who would want her dead? She was married to a man named Greg. Their marriage was on the rocks, and they were headed for divorce. However, he was never made out to be a suspect. There was a 2004 criminal indictment that was brought to a grand jury. The name on the criminal indictment, there was no information online, so I can't tell you if it was the husband that the detective suspected of the murders. But as of the recording of this video, this is an unsolved murder. And here we are at the Woodside Cemetery. It took me about 20 minutes to find, but this is the grave of Nancy Abrams. And Greg, her husband at the time, they were going through a divorce. I believe the detectives did suspect him, but I don't know. There was no surveillance video at the store, nothing. And like I said earlier in the video, when the grand jury got whatever evidence to see if they could go forward with a trial, I don't know whose name was in the indictment papers. I have no idea. I don't know if it was Greg or somebody else, but that's it. And I was just reading an article, and Nancy's mom, still alive at the time that article was written, 87 years old. God bless her. I'm sure she does not want to go to her grave not wondering who murdered her daughter. Simply a video to jog people's memories because the physical evidence in this case is just, it's done. There really isn't any. And the only way this case is going to get solved is if somebody confesses, whether it be the killer or somebody that the killer told. Because oftentimes, you know, it's hard to keep a secret like that to yourself. People drink, people do drugs, people start talking. You never know. You never know. If anybody has any information on the unsolved murders of John Francis or Nancy Abrams, give Crime Stoppers a call, 1-888-352-3040. That's 888-352-3040. I'm Lamont at large, signing out. Peace.